we thought we would do a little video. Well, I thought we'd do a little video. I just sprung it on him.
And I said, okay.
He's okay. So a lot of you guys have been asking what's going on with South Dakota. Stop. So let's go back to the beginning. 4th of July weekend. We went.
Great weekend.
We did. We had a great weekend. Stayed at a great place. If you go to South Dakota, stay at the
Grass Inn.
Sweet
Grass
Inn.
Bed and breakfast.
Bed and breakfast.
And I'll be honest with you, I was skeptical because I was like, I don't want to walk through somebody's, living room to get to my room. It wasn't even close to being like that. So I felt kind of I relieved, and it was a beautiful, beautiful place. We stayed in the American room.
America
room.
Yeah.
And
they had a jacuzzi tub in there.
I remember now.
Anyway, so we had a great weekend. We fell in love with South Dakota. We fell in love with the people of South Dakota.
Oh my gosh.
And decided to move there. So I think it was 3 weeks after that, we went for our first trip back. And we had fallen in love with a piece of property, and we're going there specifically to buy that piece of property. And we got there, and it was not at all what it looked like in the pictures. It was like this. It was like climbing this to get up and climbing this to get down.
And it was just bedrock.
And there was like this little small area that you could put a house on, and your driveway would be like this. And getting up in the winter would be like a nightmare. So it was bad.
Ruled that one out.
We were super, super disappointed. We looked at several other properties.
And nothing just seemed to fill the bill.
Nothing at all. So we went home kind of sad.
Deflated.
So then we went again. Was it last weekend? Weekend
we
before,
went.
2 weeks ago.
This is going to be our 4th trip.
No, I'm talking about when we went last time. Wasn't last weekend, was it?
No, it was the weekend before.
Well, anyway, we went.
The weekend of the 15th of August.
We went to look. What were we going to look at that time? What were we in love with that time?
That house that had the double deck.
Oh, the double-decker house with the. Oh yeah, we thought that could be our house. And you could tell from the pictures that the property that went with it wasn't going to be super conducive to the dogs. But when we got there, it
was crazy.
It was crazy. There was literally nothing for the dogs, and with a shared driveway with the neighbor who we would literally be backing into their car every time we went to leave. So we were like, ugh, the house. There were issues with the house, but I think
we could have done it.
We could have lived with it if it had been on the right property.
Yeah.
Then there was property across the street where there was a builder that owned the property. He would build us the house we wanted. And we went down that road for a week and a half. And
did we already pull the chains out of that one? Did we drop anchor on that one?
No, we pulled up anchor.
Well, that's what I meant. Draw up anchor.
Yeah. So we were going to go full steam ahead. We were willing to give them the $1,500 down and get our plans started for our house. And at the last minute, we found out there is a covenant that allows no fencing, 0 fencing. We're like, yeah, that won't work.
And I mean, it just kind of seemed like everything would have been a nightmare. Everything would have been a fight.
So.
And not to mention, it took them like a week and a half to even get back with us on how we could transfer funds to get the drafting going.
So, bottom line was, we had our heart set on one of those two. We looked at some other houses. You guys saw the other houses. And, left again and didn't have anything figured out. So we came home, we talked to the realtor, we asked him, please send us some more property listings. He's like, there just aren't that many here. And a lot of them that are available have no water, sewer, or electric. We want at least water and electric
2 of the 3, yeah.
to the property line, because the septic tank isn't too big of a deal. Well, I mean, it's a big deal, but it's not as big a deal as getting water and electric.
Yeah, because, I mean, they were saying that you had to dig in excess, a minimum of 400 feet to get any kind of clean water. And that would be a huge expense. And that's just to drill it, not to mention pipe it, bring it to a pump, bring it to the house, all the filtration system that has to go into play whenever you're dealing with in-ground water. You know,
So it just had to be one of the things we said we had to have. So he sent us 4 listings of beautiful properties that are rolling hills with meadows, as opposed to this. There are also 3-acre tracts, which none of the other properties we were looking at were 3 acres. They were more like 1.
If
or
that.
1 and a little bit more.
And then there was one that was 7/8 of an acre that was like, seriously? And the covenants were so tight that, I mean, you know, we want to be able to, we've got 2 trailers that we need to park on the property. We want to be able to fence, not just to keep our beautiful dogs in, but to keep wildlife out to the best of our ability. And if we're not available to do that, it kind of throws up a flag. The one that we were looking at in between Pactola Lake and Sheridan Lake that the builder had, we were actually walking up there and we were having to step over cow patties the size of a very large wagon wheel pizza. And
I mean, like, literally
fresh.
30 of them. Like,
oh, yeah.
just on the property we would be purchasing. So there's free range cows there. Anyway, that was definitely.
Yeah, so how can we keep them out, you know, if we can't even put up a fence? You know.
So we're going back in 2 weeks from right now, and
I thought it was, yeah.
it's not next week, it's the weekend
The week
now.
after, yeah, because we need to do the maiden voyage.
The maiden voyage. Yes, speaking of the maiden voyage. He is speaking of the truck. I'm surprised in the vlog I showed you looking when we stopped and you got out and looked at it. I did a little clip of that. And nobody has said anything about the truck. So, fortunately the truck was not totaled, but it was close. And it's supposed to be ready next Friday.
And thank the good Lord above that nobody was injured.
Yeah,
And that's first and primary. I mean, that's first and foremost.
of course.
But yeah, we'll get it back next week, and then we want to do some around town things to see if there's anything that we need to you know, adjust, or maybe have this thing taken back into the shop or something to that nature
Before we go on a long.
before we go on a long trip. Baby doll over here was saying, why don't we just pull the trailer up there? You know, the camper.
The camper.
And I was like, oh, sweetheart, that would be awesome, but the maiden voyage is not one that we need to do.
The thing is the first time we went and we stayed at the Sweetgrass Inn, it was really nice and we really enjoyed it. But it was like $200 a night.
Yeah, it was expensive.
And $200 a night doesn't sound like a lot when you're going on a little vacation, a little getaway. But
When you're going up for business,
when you're going up for business, you don't want to spend $400 on that. You know,
plus fuel,
$75,
plus
$100 on
eats.
fuel, food, you
Yeah.
know. So we've been staying at some places that,
She's not allowed to book our rooms anymore.
hey, I always ask you, hey, what do you think of this? So
No, it just,
I think we'll go back and stay at that Clarion Inn.
really, you think so?
Yeah, because once they got us in a good room, it was fine. It was nice. It was cool. It was good size.
We'll talk about that one later. I did give us I got us a free dinner out of it.
Yeah. He did. But that weekend, what was going on there? Something was going on there that weekend.
Well, it was part of the tourist people. Remember, everybody wants to go there for their vacations because of Mount Rushmore and
But something
Crazy Horse.
Something was going on that weekend because all the rooms were booked. Remember that lady called and all the rooms were booked?
Oh yeah, they drove all the way from. Oh my gosh, where was it? I don't know, they've been on the road for like 11 hours, and they were driving around Rapid City for another 2 hours just to find.
And there's a lot of hotels there. There really is. I mean, it's not like there were only 5 hotels. There's a lot of hotels.
Yeah, and they were just trying to find a soft pillow, and a warm shower. And they couldn't even get that done because it was just overwhelmed, and Baby Doll actually pulled the rabbit out of the hat and got us the last room available there, as well as you did the other one too.
The other one too, when we stayed right by Mount Rushmore, was the last room, and that was the last weekend of Sturgis.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually, it was Saturday night, and then Sturgis's last day was Sunday. But Sturgis is still another 30, 45 minutes away, but hotels were booked all the way over to here.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, that's what's going on. Let me tell you a little bit about what's going on with the sale of the shop. So I've had a fair number of people that have come to look at it. The first gal that we really thought was going to buy it flaked out after 5 weeks. She got cold feet because she didn't think she could handle it. And
well, that's understandable, though. I mean, you run that thing like an 8-day clock. You wind it every week and you go back in.
I was willing to train her though.
Well, some people just don't know their capacity, and I would rather her be upfront and foremost than to,
I just didn't like
dive
that
into something different,
she had said she totally wanted it. Anyway, I thought it was a done deal, and it turned out it wasn't.
Well, I want to wear a size 9 shoe, but I wear a size 11. You look at me like...
You were mad at her too.
I was mad at her. No, I know that.
Anyway, so that didn't work out. I showed it to 3 more people. And then I showed it to another person. One of the people was really interested, but I saw her grooming skills and they were not good. So I kind of cut that off. I mean, I got to still have a place for my employees to stay working. And
well, you designed that shop to have a certain standard, not just to the employees, but to the clients that come in there. And I think it's very admirable that you're not going to, settle for anything less than that.
Thank you. So I had another lady that came, and she brought her. Hey. She brought her investor. Hey. Honey, you can't do a video with that going on. Can you put it in the house? She's barking at nothing.
No, she thinks it's something, though.
There, Joe. Come on.
Go. So I showed it to a girl who came with her investor. My. 40 years in this industry. I have never felt stupid before. So now she's going to go out the window. This girl, she's at a very high-end shop. Way more high-end than I have. Chandeliers.
I wouldn't go that
She has chandeliers. She's a guy that takes the dogs in that's wearing black pants, a black vest, and a black tie. Anyway, she proceeded to act very highfalutin.
While she was wearing Daisy Dukes.
Yeah, yeah, it was very unprofessional. She asked me to send some information via email. I did. She dropped off the planet. I mean, oh, I showed it to these other guys. They came, they were going to pay cash, and at least they were professional enough to email me and give me the reasons that they weren't going to buy it.
Yeah.
And it was just their business model for their other businesses just
wasn't cohesive.
wouldn't work. And then I have two ladies that are very interested. We're still communicating regularly, and they're looking over the accounting and going to get back with me. And then Tuesday, we have an appointment with a broker to list it nationally. So that's what's going on with that. As far as the shop in Rapid City that I'm trying to buy, that lady is on board, but not in a hurry to sell, which is good because
Gives us time to get our wrinkles out.
yeah. Because if we go, and third time's a charm, and the property we go for is right, then we have to find a builder. Then they have to design a house. Then we have to have it built. So, we don't know exactly when we'll leave because it's all contingent on the sale of the shop.
Well, and not only that, it's contingent on the weather. You know, so you can take a house build from foundation up and get it done in 8 months. But if you had freezing temperatures and it's not cohesive to pour a foundation or that kind of stuff like that.
They do it on TV in 5 days.
No, after you go to commercial, they'll have it done. But no, they have to make sure that the concrete hardens the way it's supposed to harden. Because the second you start getting cracks in the footing and all that kind of stuff because of cold temperatures and kind of stuff, it jeopardizes the house, the structure of the house. So I mean, it could legitimately take, you know, even if we pulled the trigger next weekend and we found a builder and we found everything, let's say hypothetically,
If everything went perfectly,
we're about a year and a half out. Which is actually good for me
I mean, we
because
don't.
I've got a lot of stuff that I need to do to get this house to sell.
Oh.
And it's just cosmetic stuff.
Oh, next week, guys, get ready. There's going to be a big master bathroom remodel video coming out.
Yeah.
We have the carpet done. We have the flooring done in there. And the bathtub's supposed to come tomorrow. Not the bathtub, but the whole bath insert. Supposed to come tomorrow.
That was quite the ordeal, by the way. If anybody has cast iron bathtubs in their house, I'd probably leave it there. Because me and a good friend of mine, the actual builder of the house, we went to go remove this cast iron bathtub, and it
was super heavy.
Other than pulling a diesel engine out of a Freightliner.
You see the squirrel? Can you see the squirrel?
Why are you calling me a squirrel?
There's a squirrel on the fence. Anyway,
But no, it's very heavy. So if you guys know anybody who wants a bathtub, let me know. Because I don't know what to do with this thing.
So anyway, we're gonna put in new tub, surround, paint, painting the cabinets, putting in a new countertop. Our sinks have arrived that we're gonna put in, new faucets, and new lighting, and new
Which we're still waiting on.
new hooks, like towel hooks and towel bars and everything. So it's going to be a total new remodel on the master.
And we've got, we're waiting on a bid that should be here tomorrow sometime for 220 voltage for the back porch for a potential hot tub.
We're hoping. This is what we're thinking. If we put 220 out here, you know, it's definitely an advantage for selling. We've always wanted to have a hot tub, and it could potentially be something that attracts a buyer,
Or
detracts.
takes away from that.
But it's going to be a brand new hot tub. You know, it's not going to be like a 10-year-old hot tub. So, that way what we haven't really done here is enjoy this back area. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous, we've done all these things to make it pretty. And we've never really spent time out here.
Unless we have, like, you know, a family get-togethers or something like that, then we'll do it.
So, that's a big fat squirrel. There's two of them.
You know what's funny about the squirrels? They'll get up in our Russian olive over here, and they will actually throw the little peanuts that are on a Russian olive. They'll throw them at humans.
Well, they'll throw them at the dogs.
And at the dogs, but I've been hitting the head with them a couple times.
Have you?
Yeah.
So we have a tree trimmer. We've called a couple tree trimmers because we need to get that Russian olive trimmed. It looks kind of like
I've got no response.
belongs in a scary movie. And we got a tree out front that needs trimmed. So we're trying to get all the little, and that's all
The details.
other than the whole master bath situation, everything else is like small stuff. But we thought we wanted to make this back porch beautiful so that we could take pictures in case we have to sell in the winter time. You know, people can see how pretty it looks.
And legitimately speaking, I mean, you walk into the front door and you're looking at a very open, very, very beautiful kitchen. And I don't want that to end at that, you know, at that area. And but honestly speaking, if you walk throughout the entire house, everything complements each other, except for the master bath. But we're taking care of that. But I want people to come out on the back porch going, "Oh wow,
This is an oasis. This is a
yeah." Because when the foliage is in here, we've got a bird's eye view of
the lake
of
and the
Harriman
mountains.
Lake and the mountains and the Rockies. And so what a better place to sit in a hot tub is to watch the lake and watch the mountains.
And you can be in the hot tub when it's snowing because we got a roof. So you can hang out, even use the hot tub in the dead of winter. So we just figure, may as well go ahead and pull the trigger on that. Enjoy this space while we have it. And yeah,
Move on from there.
move on from there. So that's the latest on South Dakota. If you guys have any other questions, put them in the comments down below, and we'll try to do another video in a little bit, letting you know how things went. Or we'll do another vlog when we go in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, lots of plants, and you know, it's just
Pond is crystal clear.
crystal clear. That thing is beautiful. We're still having a leaking issue, so they're coming back tomorrow. And then,
But it's nothing like it was.
No.
We're narrowing everything down, and
so,
hopefully this will be once and done, right? Or four
Third-
times in
third-
there.
anyway, guys, thanks for wondering what's going on, for keeping up with what we're doing, and yeah, there's going to be a lot more videos to come. I'm excited to do a full video on the master bath transformation because it's
It's gonna be huge.
yeah,
Huge.
huge.
Yeah. And guess what? I got the permission to pick my own movies tonight.
We're probably going to watch a Western. The last time we watched a really scary movie. Did you think it was scary?
No, I thought it was kind of stupid.
Ah,
Crimson Red.
it was good. I liked it because it was back in what? Was it like early 1900s, 1800s?
Yeah.
Kind of stick. Anyway, I liked it. Have any of you seen Crimson Red? All right, that's it for.
I'm picking the movie. We're having chicken Alfredo. Big fan.
For a while he told me no more chicken Alfredo. So it's
Well,
probably
it's
been.
because it was like 3 times a week.
It was not 3 times a week. But I honestly haven't fixed it in probably 2 years. Yeah.
That's probably true.
So chicken Alfredo it is. All right. I have had a water fountain coming out of my head this entire video. See it?
Well, honestly, what that is that's your knowledge coming out. There it goes. Come back into knowledge. There you go.
All right, guys. See you later.
Take care. Be safe.